I think that this lens is going to be a fantastic lens. If I had the cash on hand, I'd be probably standing in line to buy this thing. So, those of you that have watched some of the videos of some of the wildlife photographers and maybe some influencers out there talking about the lens, I think the takeaway here is that if Nikon drops this lens at $59.96 or $6,000, this lens is going to be outstanding. I know that, like I said, if I had the cash on hand, I'd already be calling my brick and mortar and talking about getting on a list. And it may be too late even now to get this thing anytime soon. Yeah, we know it's going to be in short supply, but considering some of the comments that I've seen, Steve Perry, he's a wildlife photographer, so you can trust pretty much anything he's going to talk about when it comes to a camera or a lens when it's for wildlife photography. And his word was, it's a game changer. I know a lot of people are, thinking, well, that's a pretty strong word to use just for a lens, this and that. Uh, you have to understand where he's coming from. And I think I understand. I may be completely wrong, but I think he's talking about it in regards to an 800 millimeter that is reasonably priced and it's a very good lens. You can find, older lenses, things up to 800 millimeter that are maybe they're really good, but they're extremely expensive. Or you can find some that are relatively cheap, but let's face it, they're just not quality glass. So when you combine a reasonable price and great quality glass, then you can probably say that that's a game changer, especially when we're looking at all the other brands and their super telephotos. So, um, I know that the other brands have offerings in that focal range, but I think Nikon strategically is doing this right. One of the problems with it is that they're releasing these lenses, at least the way they're releasing them, is maybe the next lens that comes out, a 600 PF or maybe even a 400 PF. Is it going to stack up against the 400 2.8 TC? No, probably not. But one of the things that we can look forward to is more of the super telephotos coming out. And if Nikon sticks to this pricing point, and Peter over at Nikon Rumors, if he's right, and it is at the $6,000 mark, then man, this lens will sell. So I know a lot of people say that only professionals are going to buy this lens, and I just think you're wearing blinders, and that's on any camera equipment or anything else. I think amateurs buy these lenses and cameras more often than pros. Pros probably rent when they need, but if you're a wildlife photographer, maybe you are purchasing them, but that isn't even close to the being a majority in the sales of lenses like the 400 2.8 TC, the 800 millimeter PF that's getting ready to be announced, and the Z9. Everybody thought, well, only pros are going to buy it. No, actually, a whole lot of pros haven't even bought it yet, and there's a lot of discussion going on about that particular topic, especially over on Nikon Rumors. But I disagree with everybody that thinks that. It's amateurs, those that have disposable income, they have a 9 to 5 job or whatever profession they're in that provides them with all the income that they want. They're more apt to go out and buy these lenses and cameras than, even pros. How many working pros are earning enough money to continue to buy all this new equipment? So they have to justify by need, where an amateur just justifies by, I want that. It's not going to earn them money. They're not worried about it paying for itself. And well, whole different topic. Back to the 800 millimeter. I think that again, this is going to be a game changer if it does come in at the price point Nikon Rumors has predicted. And I felt this lens would be no more than $8,000 right up front. We could all be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I hope you'll come back and revisit this video and drop a comment and tell me, hey, you were wrong. And I'll absolutely admit it and, apologize for maybe leading somebody astray. But If you want this 800 millimeter, my suggestion to you is to get on the phone today and find a brick and mortar where they either don't have a list started yet or they have very few people on it, and jump on it now, because it will be in high demand. I can guarantee that. It will be limited in its shipping, or not production. I don't know what the production is going to look like, but it will be hard to get for a while. If you remember the 500 PF, and I don't know what problems that Nikon had in producing the lens or whatever, a lot of people waited for over a year. And I think this could be a lens that's going to be in the same category. Don't be one of those people. And so many I see in the forums are, well, I have to wait. I have to wait until it gets in regular Joe's hands before I trust that it's the lens that I want. You're behind the power curve, and then you're going to be one of them that's in the forum saying, well, I ordered it, but because you ordered it 3 months down the road, and now you're waiting for a year and a half or 2 years to get it in your hands. Sometimes you have to be a risk taker. Risk takers probably gain more than people that sit on a fence and wait to be completely convinced. If that's you, then don't be complaining later. But if you know you want that 800 millimeter, then you should be on the phone today trying to line up an opportunity to get on a list or whatever. If you wait for tomorrow, the official announcement, and the link goes live on B&H, you're already behind the power curve. I would suggest you don't even go through B&H, and I hate to say that because I actually like B&H, but I mean the truth is that you're going to be in line with 2,000 other people, and you're just going to wait forever. Is it going to sell 2,000 in pre-orders on the first day? Probably not. So maybe not an accurate figure. But you know what? If 100 people pre-order that lens on the first day, you're probably looking at 8 to 12 months before you'll see it, depending on where you are in the queue. Suggestion: be a risk taker. Quit being a fence sitter and go get it if you really want it. I want this lens. Do I need it? No, absolutely not. I'm not a professional. I'm not a wildlife photographer per se. I'm not shooting for Nat Geo or any wildlife digital magazine or anything like that, but I just want it. Would I use it a lot? No, but I could enjoy that lens because I'm the wildlife photographer that wants to take a chair, connect that to the Z9, go out in an area where I know I'm going to encounter some wildlife or birds or whatever, and just sit and let time tick away as I enjoy taking photos. Does that warrant getting it? Well, no, not by most people's reasoning, but it's just something I want. So anyway, I think it's going to be an outstanding lens. We've already seen a few photos from it. Tomorrow, everybody's going to be dropping their videos when the embargo's lifted by Nikon. So get ready for a plethora of videos looking at what this lens is and what it can do. I think it is a game changer. I think it's going to be a fantastic lens. And again, I suggest if you want it, if you know you want it, then you need to start today. And you're probably already behind the power curve on that. So those are my thoughts on this lens. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think Nikon's probably done a fantastic job with it. You'll see influencers that may talk about how good the lens is, but understand that Nikon is still taking a hit from most of the major influencers. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to talk negatively. They're going to search for negative reasons. It's not a game changer, and blah blah blah. So don't let that influence you. Quit being one of those people. If you want it, be the risk taker and get the lens. I'm sure you could probably sell it on if it's something that you really don't want. So that's my take on it. I would buy it if I had the cash in hand. I'd be on the phone right now finding the best brick and mortar to either establish a list or get on that list so that I could have it in my hands sooner rather than later. So I don't know if you guys agree. I don't know if you're even interested in it, but that's my take on it. And I'm really looking forward to tomorrow and seeing all the videos that are going to drop. Drop a comment, drop a like, drop a subscription. We are AP Studios. My name is Chuck, And I often I do more live streams than I do videos, although that's going to change a little bit. And join us for a live stream if you just want a friendly community for photo chat. And that's exactly what we do. We may rant a little bit here and there, but have a great community on the channel already. And looking forward to even more people joining us for photography talk, videography talk, and all things photography. So hope you have a wonderful day, and look forward to comments of what you see or what we see tomorrow in the videos that come out. Have a wonderful day. God bless you all. Join us, and I'll see you at our next live stream.